But you gotta get that QT in, man. You gotta spend that quality time with Bae. So what if she just wants you next to her? You gotta speak her love language, man.
I'm not
You
doing this
gotta
with you.
you gotta learn her love language and
I did that shit.
understand
I
how
did that
she
shit.
the
I did
the
it.
lo- the love languages.
Yeah, I did
The
it.
who got
So
you
so
to
so
okay?
no, I did it for me. So I
This is
guess it was maybe
interesting. Let's
it's,
take this turn.
it's
Get
maybe it's maybe a week ago.
all right.
Actually, I wrote my shit down. Hold on a second.
Okay, let me. I got you know what I got mine written down too because I did it a long time ago. For those of y'all who don't know what we're talking about, there's a book. For context, we're going
Yes.
away from our toxic male conversation that we were having.
Yeah.
Y'all love that word toxic now. Um,
Jesus.
so
All right.
yeah, the Five Love Languages book. I read it. I ended up doing it for myself as well. Actually, after talking to a
Nice.
therapist, she was what happened was she hit me with a I think your love language is da da da, and I
Mm,
was like, I've heard about this book, and she said I think you should read it on your own. And yes,
okay.
I did say therapist. Some black men do enjoy therapy. I haven't been in a while, but at the
Go
time,
let somebody
I
look in
needed
your
it.
head. Go let somebody look in your head, man.
Yeah,
Get
you
that
really
shit out
do.
the way.
You really do. And I haven't been in a while, but I needed it when I went. I really did.
Cause you got
And
this
she was
podcast now, nigga. That's why. That's where you can get all this shit off
I'm
at.
getting it out now.
Yeah.
But I did it, and I don't regret doing it. I will say that.
Mm,
I do think that there's some shit about the book that people take too literally, and people take the love languages too literally. But I'm gonna get into that. I'm real curious at the fact you did it.
yeah.
So, just before you even get into it, what did it say was your top two?
My top two were some bull. I mean, hold on a second.
Some bullshit.
All right.
Don't be like that,
I'm
Marcus.
not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm gonna be very open with this shit.
All right,
So, words of affirmation is my number
that's number
one.
one. Wow,
Yeah.
interesting.
Quality time was my number two. And a close second, number three was acts of service.
If you ask most females, they would say that all men's is physical touch because they equate physical touch with sex for us.
Right. Yeah. Of course you
And
do.
that wasn't mine either. It's interesting. Yours is interesting to me, like for real.
Wait a
We're
minute,
gonna get into
nigga.
that. My number one was acts of service.
Okay.
Acts of service. My 2 and 3 were tied
All right.
with quality time and physical touch.
Okay.
The Volvo.
Mm.
Then words of affirmation, and the last one was the gifts, giving gifts or receiving gifts rather. So what yours should say about you, from what the book says, right, is you want a female to constantly let you know that you're great because that words of
Right.
affirmation is your number one. Would you say that's
Okay.
true?
No,
You need that I am number one.
I don't need that. I don't need no Nelly Riley. I don't. I'm gonna let you go ahead. I'm gonna hold myself. Not physically. I'm gonna hold
Thank you.
back until you have said what you. No, that is not my thing. Having somebody tell me how great I am.
Okay, so what is words of affirmation to you? I guess is what I'm asking. Because
Even according to the quiz, words of affirmation was having someone tell you that they love you, that they appreciate you. Those were the two terms that they kept using. It wasn't having someone tell you that you're outstanding, having
yeah,
someone compliment you on your looks. Well, I think there was one question that said that, like, would you like your significant other to tell you that you look nice, right? There was one question that was like that, but most of the other questions that had anything to do with that came in the tone of being appreciated. Do you want somebody to tell you that they appreciate you or that they love you? Who
okay, so
doesn't
you
want
you
that?
did the test, but you didn't read the book.
No, I didn't read the book. I'm
Okay,
not going
okay,
to
all
read it.
right. This makes sense. I'm gonna explain what that was the bulk of what they meant by words of affirmation. But okay,
No,
I'll just tell you now.
they gave you a whole little fucking thing after it was over, a little
Yeah, they
essay to
give you a
read.
thing, and in the book they do make it a sticking point to let you know that words of affirmation isn't her like coming in and telling you you're amazing and stuff like that. Words of
Yeah,
affirmation is as simple
only after
as
sex.
yeah, only that's when you get told you're amazing all the time.
It's amazing.
I love
You're
this vain motherfucker
amazing.
here.
It's
Not the dick vein,
amazing.
like vain. Him,
Amazing.
he's vain. So the she cooked, and you let her know you appreciated that she cooked.
Yes, that's
which
great.
I think everybody should do. You know, like not like every day I gotta like kiss your ass, and you don't want to get to the point where it's complacent. Like she better have cooked, but just to be, hey, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? That's as simple as that should be to me.
And that's where it
I don't
should
think it
be.
needs. Yeah, it don't have to be a big, drawn out thing. You know what I'm saying?
But my issue with this whole thing is, it's bullshit.
Tell me more. What you talking about? The book, the whole love languages as a whole.
This is it's bullshit. If this test is any reflection of the book, I'll never read it. Here's why.
Okay, go ahead. I read it, so go ahead.
So I started the quiz, right? I started the quiz, and when you go on there and start taking the quiz, it's like married or couple quiz on the left. Then across from there is the teens quiz, and then diagonally from there is the quiz for the child, and then across from that one is the quiz for single people. So I was like, well, let me take the single thing, right? Let me take the single quiz and see what that looks like.
Right.
So I'm halfway through that quiz. I'm like, well, these questions are fucking stupid. Like they don't. These are the lamest, most shallow surface questions that there are.
Well, I think they're designed to be that way.
So maybe if I go to the married or couples quiz, it'll be different. I get halfway through and I'm saying to myself, these are the same goddamn questions. So why the fuck are the questions the same for fucking single people as they are for married people?
That's two different.
That doesn't make fucking sense at all. It makes no sense. Okay, hold on, because I wrote down some questions that pissed me off. Hold on a second.
I knew this test was going to trigger you if you ever did it. I remember us talking about this a long time ago. You was like, I'm never doing that shit. So, yeah, but go ahead.
Hold on. It says, my partner does something practical to help me out. What the fuck does practical mean?
What's complicated?
Look up the definition of practical. Because practical can be objective. And I'm going to help you out right now. When you look at that definition of practical, if you're Googling right now on all your phones,
yep, I am.
Listen, it's not going to, that word in context of this question makes zero fucking sense.
Practical.
Go ahead.
Of or concerned with the actual doing or use of something, rather than with theory and ideas. What? Hold up.
Yes. I'll go on. All right.
All right, go ahead.
What the fuck? It says someone saying that they're proud of you, or someone that helps you with a task. What's more meaningful? Why can't you have both? Why can't someone say, I'm proud of you? Why can't you appreciate that and also appreciate someone helping you with some shit?
Okay, but see, you're missing the point of the damn question. They're asking you which one is more valuable inside of it. Yes. More meaningful, rather.
Both? Like, shouldn't you
have both? You're not answering the You're not answering the question.
What are you talking about?
Out of the question, which part of it is more important to you? They're trying to lead to find.
To me. Both of these
which one's more important? Which one's more important?
I don't have to make a decision on what's more important to me or not in a relationship. If
yes,
I want both of these things, I can have both of these things.
You're not in a relationship with the test, though.
We're gonna get, but you're supposed to take this to your relationship. You're supposed to take this away from this test to your life, and we're gonna get to that shit in just a second.
Yes, I think that you're being so analytical inside the question that you can't answer the question.
I think that's what happened.
But so, which one did you pick out of the two?
I can't remember.
Okay, move on.
I think helps me with tasks. Help me with the tasks is what I picked.
Acts of service. That's where that's leading you towards.
Which was my number 2, I think. Don't interrupt while I'm talking or gift giving. I think these are.
Don't you dare talk while I'm handing you this present.
Don't say shit. Like, yo, don't interrupt while I'm talking. I just thought that was a funny pair that they put up there because they're making you choose at that point. They're making you choose.
That's exactly what they're doing.
They're making you either you don't want this motherfucker talking to you while you talking, or you want this motherfucker to give you a so everyone's choosing gift there, which I think is stupid.
I'm gonna give you this present, but don't you say shit.
You better not say shit, Patterson. All right, so what the fuck was this one? My handwriting was bad right here. My partner gives me a hug after being separated or being told you're appreciated. Why can't both of those things be important to you?
It's not asking you if they both are important to you. Which one is more important to you?
Both of them are more important to me. And here's why I'm saying this test is fucked up.
You don't know how to answer questions.
I answered all the questions, and they're all stupid. Because you're making me make a decision, and this is where people are fucking this up at. And I'm gonna tell you, yeah, everybody that took this fucking test and you treat it like a goddamn horoscope sign, you're fucking up, okay? And I'm gonna tell you why. Because what people are doing with this shit is when you take this shit with your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your husband or your wife, as soon as the shit goes a little bit, let's do it like this. You like your test says you like words of affirmation. You like for somebody to tell you that they're proud of you. Somebody tells you that they care about you. All that shit. Somebody tells you that they love you. You like those things, right?
Right.
But your bottom one is physical touch, right? So as soon as intimacy is lacking, or as soon as the hugs are lacking, you say, look, like, why don't we we don't hold hands anymore. We don't you don't rub my back anymore. Like, we don't do none of that shit. They turn around and say, well, the test said that your physical touch was a 10 and your words of affirmation was a 30.
Okay, this will be
so
the part
now
where
they've weaponized the test against you.
Weaponized.
So it turned into a weapon. They weaponized the shit.
I get where you're saying. And ladies, if you're listening right now, I hope I bet they've never heard men talk about this book before. I would venture to say. I've heard people say that they took this test with their partner, right? And they were like, this changed our marriage. Okay, when did you take it? Oh, we took it about 4 years ago. Do it again now.
Right.
Because there's a balance to all things in a relationship. Like I said, mine was number 1, acts of service, 2, 3, quality time, physical touch, then words of affirmation, gifts last. I don't need shit from you, not for real. But the reason gifts was last for me is because at the time I took the test, it was the thing that was the least important to me. Right. So if you're with somebody and they see acts of service and quality time, for me anyway, is your number 1 and 2, that's the shit they're going to focus on. But so guess what starts to lack? Just because something is somebody's number 5 don't mean they don't want that shit at all. Yeah. Right? So if you ask them again in 3 more months, this list might be completely different. And now they have a different priority because their needs are being met differently because of this test that you weaponized. So you got to constantly reinvent. You got to constantly learn your partner. You got to constantly figure it out.
I think it's bullshit.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think it's as bullshit as like when Steve Harvey did the think like a man like a shit. Yeah, I don't think it's as bullshit as that because from reading the book, and I know you didn't read the book, there was some points in there that I absolutely love. But I'm gonna tell you, the dude, and I can't think of his name right now, that wrote the book, he puts inside of the book these parts where he'll tell you where like stuff he did with couples and how he got to fix them. And I was like, well, no wonder everybody kept going back to this therapist. My favorite one in the book was this woman that was like, my husband doesn't really like spending a lot of time with me. And he's always on edge when he comes home and this and that. And he was like, so what do you do? She's like, well, I'm a stay-at-home mom. And he asked her how their sex life was. And he was like, well, he does complain that we don't do it enough. And it's always tension when we do. So he said, well, here's my suggestion to you. I listened to it on audio. He a cool ass, like Bill Clinton voice ass dude, you know? So
Okay.
if you know what I'm saying, he's like, so here's what I think you should do when he comes home for about. Will you do an experiment with me? I bet that's how Bill hit Monica. Like, so she was like, sure, I'll try anything because I love him and I want to fix my marriage, right? She said, for a month, without complaints or any ill will, I want you to have dinner ready. But when he comes home, and before bed, I want you to make love to your husband every day for a month. And if at a minimum, at least offer it to him in a nice way that doesn't make him feel pressure.
At least offer it to him.
Right.
Just
he goes on in the book to be like, so she told me she tried it, and then she came back and talked to me the next month.
Right.
She said her marriage was never better. I bet.
Have dinner ready and suck his dick.
That's it.
Easy peasy.
That's all it takes. Like, but this is the way that he wrapped it up back to bring it to the book.
Right.
Was after he was getting those two needs met, he would come in the house energized from work, and knowing she cooked, he would immediately jump in and help with dishes. That was something he never did before.
He's trying to get his dick sucked.
He didn't like, man, I'm gonna get my dick, suck a dick or something. Suck a dick or something.
That's what it is, though.
But if you want to take
it's a reward.
No, I didn't even take it as a reward. I took it as a reciprocation of effort. Yes, those were the things he was missing, but because he was getting what he needed, he didn't mind stepping up to do more for her. A reciprocation of effort will save your marriage every time, y'all. Every time. Okay. That's all it takes. All you got to do is be doing the most if you're in your partner doing the most. You saying the right place?
In the right place.
Yeah. Yes. Not doing the most in like the annoying way we was talking. Yeah. But like if you know what they like and what they're into and you can meet them and they can match you for it, you ain't got nothing to worry about. And I felt like what was happening was she was sitting at home not doing nothing. And he come home and then he still had to be like, I can't even get no food around this motherfucker. And then he also got to go beg for some ass and he got tired of it. I think that's what happened. But it was funny to me that he was like, you just need to go home and fuck, right? But he put it in such a smooth way that it didn't come across that way, you know?
Well, because he's got a book and it says, I'm Dr. Gary something or other.
Gary, so that's his name.
So people are going to listen, right? So it's like, oh, okay, well, he says, then he wrote these 5 love languages and et cetera, et cetera. That must be a thing. Let me do what Gary says to do. What I think is that people are taking this test wrong. I think that what you should do, you're taking it wrong. If you're going to take this bullshit at all, I think if you're going to take it, if you have a girlfriend or boyfriend or spouse or whatever, what you should do is have them take the test twice. They take it for themselves. And they take it for what they think your answers will be.
Ooh.
And then the other person does the same thing. Take it for themselves and take it for you. And you switch off. What do you think my love language is? Like, what am I giving? Because people might be saying things or doing things and thinking that they're projecting a certain language.
Right.
But they're not doing it in a way where the other person is picking up what they're putting down. So if you fuck around
I've never heard that before. See,
if you fuck around and take that shit, and I'm gonna take it for you, you take it for me, and let's see what we end up with. Because I might think you like to get dick down, but you just might like, you know what I'm saying, for me to give you little trinkets and shit, from little shot glasses from when I come back from traveling, shit like that. You might like little gifts. I don't know that, but I think you like sex because you are overly aggressive about sex. That could be maybe tunnel vision on me.
Right.
Who knows? But yeah, that would be a great way to retake that test. Hey Gary, that's for you. I want my royalties too, nigga. If you take that idea and you put it in your new book.
He just gave you some words of affirmation, Gare.
Gare.
So now you know what to do. Gare. I wonder if his wife calls him Gare Bear. I would hate myself. Don't call me that.